This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
On the troll.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi Wabeki. It is that time of the night we couldn't have just gone by. I know it's Saturday. It was supposed to be Friday. It is Saturday. But we couldn't let this time go. It is Saturday where mostly more people are not going to work, but not all of us. Why not just finish what we started? Emily, how are you doing?
Doing okay. How are you?
I am right. Right. We are here to deliver on the promise made on Friday.
Even though it's so late, guys, sorry about being so late. It's not our intention.
It is not. Right. But then we're here. What matters is that we're here. Yes, we apologize, but we are here. If you don't catch us now, probably you thought we are not coming. It's okay. You will catch us when you are catching up with the morning gang the whole day of tomorrow. But we couldn't just let you go to bed or even have a day that does not have Mzansi talking about things that you probably enjoy the most and like the most to hear about. Right? So let's hear what Emily has for us.
Okay, today Mr. Anonymous said we must go through the interview of Gerrie Nel that he did. It was quite shocking. It's like, okay, he's not changing his mind with regards to how he feels about the state's case. He's always maintained that those people, those 5 accused, are the right people. That they are the ones who were there as the intruders. In fact, at some point there was footage of him where he was saying that it was not in fact a robbery gone wrong, but it was an assassination.
Yeah.
So now, after a long time of not seeing Gerrie Nel, because I had always wanted, I've been itching to know what he thinks. But turns out he still maintains that the 5 accused are the right people and that the state has a strong case. So the defense, as we know, is applying to have the charges against the 5 accused dropped, arguing that the state has not presented enough evidence for a conviction. Now, this comes after the state rested its case in the trial that began in 2023. And now we all know that the incident actually took place in 2014. And the prosecution claims that Kelly Kumalo is also a part of the people that are behind this assassination, right? Because this is the not even the state's case. It's an assassination.
Yes.
Yeah, it's no longer a robbery gone wrong. It's an assassination. So now we need to understand whether the state has proved beyond reasonable doubt that that was an assassination.
I hear you. Okay.
So, Advocate Gerrie Nel, who represents the Meyiwa family, remember he said he represents the Meyiwa family as a watch and brief.
I think we are getting a clue of which family is representing. The one that feels that Senzo was supposed to be blessing to all of them, which probably did not happen. But catch us, by the way, on the membership side where we fully react to that 2-hour video. We will find a way of making sure that we react and it's non-scriptural. No rules apply there except our rules as Mzansi, and that is for members. And hopefully Emily will find a way of minimizing.
I will probably chop it up and
the 2 hours because
after we are done. Because the thing about it is I don't know if how it's going to be done if we take it the uploading editing approach.
Yeah.
So I would rather have it a
Edited.
reaction, yes,
Yes.
and then we'll upload it later this side for every one of you guys, because it's quite a lot. 2 hours is a lot. I have to find a way where we can.
So we are
squeeze
going
in.
that side. The rest of the things probably we will see how we do it, but definitely tomorrow we'll be reacting to that video. And if you have membership, please make sure that you are there. It's every member. Like basically, we are not going to say they are
according to the monies and
monies and
whatnot.
what.
It's for
Just
everyone.
for every member, starting from the minimum to the maximum.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll be reacting to that video because there are a lot of things that can get us into trouble. So it's better we go on off grid and we do our thing.
Have to be completely honest. This watering down sometimes is exhausting.
Very. When we speak this side, we must watch out what is what. But yeah.
So yes, Advocate Gerrie Nel, who represents the Meyiwa family, believes that the state has a strong case and that the correct individuals are on trial. Although he thinks that others should have been charged, he notes that, and we know maybe specifically he's talking about Kelly, but he notes that the trial has faced many delays. Nel is optimistic that justice for the Meyiwa family is getting closer, even though the case has been ongoing for such a long time, with arrests only made in 2020. He did acknowledge the family's frustration with the slow pace of the legal process. So we opted to talk about it and to describe it. That's part of the reason why we are late, because I had to transcribe it instead of us playing the footage, because
People are sensitive these days.
yes,
More so considering
if you disagree,
more so considering that we disagree with a lot of people here. So we decided to go the old school way.
because it's risky to put the channel in disrepute and then now say stuff that's not agreeing per se, and then the next thing you see yourself and your channel getting so we would avoid that drama. Decided to go old school way. So he was asked what was his overall assessment of the state's case. Now this interview took place with the SABC, and the interviewee or the interviewer was Sakina Kwamnendo. Yeah, I hope I pronounce his name right.
Sakina Kwamendo.
Yes, she's a brilliant news reporter as well as a journalist, and she does ask relevant questions. I don't know how she manages to keep up with everything that's been happening all over the country, but somehow the questions that she asks all the time hit they hit the spot. So she's one of the good ones. So Gerrie Nel was asked what was his overall assessment of the state's case now that all their witnesses have testified. And Nel said, "Let me start off by saying that I represent the family. It has been a long and treacherous journey for the family that has brought us to this milestone. But there are still many miles to go. This is only the state's case being closed. As you said, there'll probably be an application of Section 174 of the Criminal Procedure Act." And he said that he was going to be a bit technical, but he thinks that it's important for people to realize that in this application, where the defense would argue that there is no evidence before court that will make a conviction possible, and then they entitled to a discharge. So he said he just wants to now, and obviously people will follow this, and he said he doesn't know if we are boring people, meaning that now he was going to enter into the terrain of legal jargon. And for me, he says it's very interesting that this kind of argument, but the test was set out in court and it's technical, but I want to share it. And that's the court said. He read somewhere, he started reading, I don't know which section, which part, I have no idea, but end quote, what he was saying, open quote, he says, if an opinion of a trial court, there is evidence upon which the accused might reasonably be convicted, it's a duty, straightforward, that accused may not be excused from the trial and the trial must continue to its end. End quote. So here already, he's giving us an impression that he wants this section 174 to fail. And that they must continue, the defense, to present their case so that the state can cross-examine, or the state still perhaps has more time maybe to fix whatever they need to fix. That's the feeling that I got from him reading this. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know which section. I don't know which case law, but he read it. Okay.
He did. What he was basically reading it's not different from what we were dealing with yesterday. So what he was reading is, he read, let me find it for you. Why we read it yesterday.
I don't remember.
We did. We did. So what he was talking about is, when does the discharge gets denied? If there's the slightest evidence implicating the accused. That's what he was reading.
Oh, that's what he was reading?
Yes.
Oh.
So in a sense, he's insinuating that there is the slightest evidence.
What is that slight evidence? He said he can't discuss the merits of the case. What is it? What do you think he means with the slight evidence?
Obvious. They will tell you about a lot of things, such as such as the so-called bullet and whatnot. According to them, it's there. No matter how we look at it, we cannot hide from the fact that, according to them, it exists.
The slight
evidence they want to see. It's there. Unfortunately, that's the life that we have to live with them and share. We have to kind of understand that they are convinced, but this is just a high level. I'm still going to go deeper, in my opinion, where I think the gist of all this is.
Slight evidence. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, they are talking about the bullet, for example, aspirations. And as I told you guys about that, that's where they are leaning on.
The bullet?
Yes.
I hope. I'm trying to think.
No, you'll think, you won't see what they are seeing because you are in a different position. You cannot see what they are seeing. Not because they are smart, not because there is really something wet to look at. There is nothing to look at. And that we can all agree, without being biased and without actually being compromised, without... We can see that.
So if they're going to rely on the bullet as the slight evidence, then what does that mean for the fact that there's so many compromises that happened with the presenting of that in its totality, the firearm in total, the presenting of that evidence? So it will just be chucked out of the window and be like, oh, there's slight evidence, let's continue with this trial.
It seems as if that's how lawyers are wired, some of them. Not all of them, some of them. But we have to start at somewhere. And I think this is where we should start. Why now? Why is Gerrie Nel making interviews now? That's where the problem is. That's very important to start at. Why is he coming out of the box and making interviews? Okay, clearly... We cannot deny the power that people like the likes of Gerrie Nel thinks they have. And the system, in so many ways, in my opinion, has allowed that type of behavior to happen, and it is happening. We saw it in Cwecwe's case. We saw it everywhere. Everywhere they go, it seems to be given too much weight. So here is a judge that is going to be facing Section 174 that has to decide whether the case is dropped completely or it continues. Now, here is Gerrie Nel, and I will be very interested as to who called Gerrie Nel. What prompted that person to call Gerrie Nel now? You know, was it Sakina? SABC decided to just wake up and say, let's call Gerrie Nel. We've been calling everyone else during the proceedings, not Gerrie Nel. But now there's Section 174 that the defense is vying for. Let us call Gerrie Nel. Gerrie Nel comes and shows his face and shows the solidarity with the baloyis and the states, basically. That is very important. You cannot just look at it in isolation and say, oh, just analyzing, and I cannot get into the merits of the case. And in a sense, it says we are still there, we are still present. Whatever decision you take, remember that we are still there and we believe the state. That, to me, what I saw when I watched that interview. The interview is literally saying, Gerrie Nel is still there. The power of Gerrie Nel and the likes of Afroforum is still there. And whatever decision you take, you don't want to be on the wrong side of those people. We have already told you Baloyi is a good person, is doing the good job. We have already told you Gininda is doing the good job. So now the ball is in the judge's court, and I can tell you now for free, there is no way the judge is going to rule that the case must be dropped. They are basically, it's like we are telling you what needs to happen, in my opinion. You know, that's how I felt. You know, the timing of all this. So remember, whatever you do, we are still there. Tina bo Gerrie Nel sasekon. You know? So you don't want to be on the wrong side of those people. That's how it seems. So that's how it seems in South Africa.
Gerrie Nel continued to say that, so Section 174, there were arguments to say that there's no evidence that the accused committed the offense, and then the court may return a verdict of not guilty. Okay. Mara, is Gerrie Nel aware also, in my opinion, that I'm going to ask this bluntly or ask it like, you know, let me forget about the past. Let me ask, does he know how much this case is costing?
What?
Does he care?
No.
Does he care that this case is
It's all about the reputation. Remember, if this case fails, it is not only failure to the state, it is failure to Gerrie Nel, who could not see that this case has no merit and believed in this project. So they cannot fail. They have never failed.
It's starting to be very creepy and weird.
How can they fail? How can they fail?
This is starting to
Who are you to fail them?
Scary.
Who are you to fail them? How can they fail?
This is giving very much by hook or crook.
We have seen a case of Cwecwe. We have seen a minister apologizing. That's the power at hand, in my opinion, that we see with this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But it's there. Unfortunately. I don't know why. I don't know, but it's there.
He said that there are many more miles to go. Then he turned the focus to the Meyiwa family now by saying that, let me just abuse this situation, Sakina, by just expressing on behalf of the family and myself our appreciation for Advocate Judge Baloyi and Brigadier Gininda and his team for their dedication and the perseverance through the trial that brought us here. And I'm like, hey, boo. This is so strange. This is so strange.
Don't you find it strange enough that on that interview, there's Gerrie Nel talking about the family, and then somewhere, somehow,
There's another
at the right time.
podcast.
There is a podcast that is dropping people talking as family. In fact,
And
echoing
they're
the
singing
words.
the same tune. Like they're singing the same song. I am so confused. You know, I feel like I'm in a chaotic state. I just don't understand what's going on. I'm like, what? Yes, that podcast shocked me. I'm still, but we'll talk about it tomorrow, guys.
We are definitely going deeper on the membership
My
side
jaw is on the
of this channel.
I'm like, what is going on? What is happening in this world? Is South Africa, what is going on? What is going on? Like, what's going on? And also, it's very strange that he is thanking the state, he's thanking Baloyi, and he's doing it on behalf of the family, as if the entire family is pleased with Baloyi and Gininda's work. That's strange to me.
Very strange. It is strange. Very strange.
So after a long
It will
while,
be very interesting to hear the voice of Sifiso again. And now I'm saying this with respect because we cannot be hearing people who are family through being cousins and whatnot. Their interest is a bit stretched compared to the brother himself, the real brother.
and one would say that Sifiso is actually getting vindicated, in my opinion.
He is.
Because everything he's been saying since 2020, telling them that this is a waste of time. He even discontinued Gerrie Nel from representing him as part of the family from the watch and brief. That's how hardcore this has been when it comes to Sifiso, to say that I will not be participating in this trial in where it's going like this, because I know what is going on. So right now it's a good time for him to also get a chance to speak on the media, to put out what he thinks and his thoughts, especially because when he was talking, some naysayers were saying he's crazy and stuff. They were putting him in the same book as Advocate Defo. It was a mess. But now he is vindicated, because everything that he was saying back then, and it didn't make sense to most of us, now it's coming together as we are following the trial. And I'm like, oh my God, Senzo Meyiwa, all the time. All the time I get those aha moments. I'm like, Senzo Meyiwa. So that would be a good time now to talk to him again and reflect, just a reflection as to what he thinks now over the events that have taken place when because the state is done presenting its case. So after a long while, he now decided to answer Sakina's question regarding the merits of the state's case. And he said that concerning the merit of the state's case, he said that it will be very irresponsible for him to get into the merits. But what he wanted to say...
You are already in the middle, my good sir.
You've already picked a side. It's even worse.
You picked a side. You are putting your weight where it matters according to you. In my opinion, it seems as if everything is predetermined. There is no way.
I was reading about what a watch and brief is and what it represents, and apparently the lawyers have to talk to their family, update them, explain to them what is going on, and also recommend to the state what the family wants. Can we say that this is what has been happening concerning Gerrie Nel?
I hear you. Hey, we wanna Caesar. This is the case. The case is one hell of a case. It has noise, whether it's there or not. And I hear what you are asking, but if ulandela ibukubuku mfowethu, le nto abathi isaga, le nto abathi imali, ayi zolahleka zoyithola ubhizi ngendlela enye zoyithola ubhizi nje wena uyitholela into ezimnandi amafeja in my opinion it seems as if it seems as if but it's a story for another day. You know, you look at things, I mean, people, perhaps one can argue some people have benefited through this case, perhaps allegedly. We don't know, but we're just watching from the side. I mean, you can see and feel some of the things that are happening, and you start seeing how ubani ngelinye ilanga uvuka umuntu upresident because of this case. You know, that's all I can say.
But what he wanted to say is that he thinks that the state presented a sufficient, strong enough case.
That's basically the point. Sufficient, strong enough.
Sufficient, strong enough.
That's case. Why, therefore, Section 174 will not succeed, according to him. And obviously, it's never going to succeed.
Sufficient, strong enough case. So it doesn't matter.
So if this person was a judge, these people were guilty.
He said they did what they could, and he hopes that the trial will then soon end and that there'll be more evidence that the state will also get the opportunity to cross-examine the accused. I don't understand this part where he says that he hopes that it will end soon, especially if he's the one already lambasting the application of the defense of Section 174. Because if the Section 174 of the defense goes through, then yeah, it will end soon. But if it doesn't, and it's like, okay, continue presenting your case, it's going to take even longer.
And soon, what it means is that finish up your crap defense so that we can find you guilty, in my opinion.
Hurry up and finish.
Yes. So from now on, do expect the lambasted delays, the waste of money, the hymns like that are coming. Do expect them to play the very crucial role. The defense is wasting money.
Yeah.
Do expect
someone was
like
even
that.
saying that, hey, they can't wait to see how the judge is going to be. I was like, hey, I don't. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. Yo, I can already see it in my head. I can already see the tension.
We are wasting money. Now, from now on, do expect the song.
Yeah, you're wasting time. We're gonna be hearing such comments quite a lot. So
I'm surprised that you're starting to doubt him now. Where Siba? I'm very surprised. You guys.
Doubt
you know
who?
what?
Doubt who? Gerrie Nel. Well, Gerrie Nel, we tried to tell you.
I'm not gonna say much. You know, sometimes guys we cannot say. I mean, in my opinion, we can't be direct. You know, we just nesling and. But I'm surprised that you be.
Tina, we are not that shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked. Not me. I'm not shocked. No. There are many people that you guys think whatever you're thinking about them. Honorable people. I'm not gonna say much.
Well, Sakina asked him if he believes that there were any critical witnesses or pieces of evidence that the state perhaps should have brought but did not. You know, I was expecting him to say, no, the rest of the people that were in the house, maybe he should have called maybe Longwe and Kelly just to strengthen the case. No, not Gerrie Nel. Gerrie Nel said that he doesn't think or he doesn't want to be rude to to Sakina, but he really cannot deal with the merits of the case. He said that he thinks that they should perhaps, what they should do is to think back on their previous interviews. Now, this is him addressing Sakina of the SABC, that perhaps have a look at the previous interviews that we've done. I think what we should perhaps do is to think to our previous interviews. Remember then the questions were, do we have the right accused? Is this a robbery that went wrong? Is this assassination? And I think by following the state's case, we answered those questions, which is a huge issue that those questions were answered. And I think people look at the case and the state's case differently now. And at the end of the state's case, he said it's very difficult and it would be very irresponsible for him to deal with the merits of the matter. And then he goes on to say that I think at the end of the case, we can really talk about the case, how it was done and how it was presented. But I think you mentioned it, this trial was preset with the most possibility of delay that you can think of. I mean, you mentioned that we had to start afresh, but just think back. We had an advocate arrested in court. We had altercations between the accused and the prison wardens. And I'm like, oh, you have to put that in there. You have to add that in there. But the most shocking thing is that when the advocate was getting arrested in court, you had no comment.
He had comments.
Oh, what were the comments?
The comments were against that advocate.
Oh, yes, the comments were against that advocate. You saw nothing wrong with an advocate getting arrested in court. In fact, you said you lambasted the advocates. You lambasted the advocates. And it was strange. Nel said that they had the replacement of counsel, so a lot happened, and there were lots and lots of delays. So he really hopes that going forward there will be arguments and that the judgment, and they could finalize the trial soon. Mina, honestly, I felt like he was speaking like, I don't know. You know, when I talk like I'm on the fence, like. Not even on the fence. In Zulu, when you are speaking, but you are, you're not. You are thinking about what you are saying as you are saying it. And he was speaking very fast. That's another thing. He was speaking very fast, and he was speaking in a manner that. It's like we're not supposed to exactly understand what he's saying, in my opinion. I don't know if it makes sense. I'm trying to find a word that probably describes how I felt as he's speaking. That, you know what, I it's like I'm trying to follow, but then I'm it's like
speaking in parables.
Yeah, speaking in parables. Yes, that's the description I'm looking for. He wasn't speaking like his usual self, in my opinion. So Sakina then asked him, when we spoke previously, one of the previous questions that I asked you was whether you believe that the right people were in the dock, which is what you have just made mention of right now. But do you still believe that there's someone or other people that should be in the dock or not? Well, Gerrie Nel said that he hasn't changed his mind on that. He hasn't changed his mind. He said, I am more confident than ever that there will be more support for me for the views that we expressed before we started. Anybody that followed the trial and followed the trial diligently, I think, might agree with me. But as I said from the start, the state decided to persecute these people, and you ask me a question over and over again. You see, he was even getting impatient with Sakina for persisting to ask this question, that don't you think that there should have been more people in the dock? It was like he was irritable, and he said, as you should, do we think we have the right people there? And I said, yes, I haven't changed my mind. That's still my view on both questions, that we have the correct people before court, and I would have wanted other people to be charged as well. Sakina then asked him that the defense is now expected to present its case, and they have indicated that they may want to call some people Of course, they are going to try and get some of the charges dropped, by failing which they obviously at some point during this trial have indicated that they may want to call on some of the people who were in the house on that fateful night. And then she asked him, what are the key elements overall that Gerrie Nel would be looking out for as the defense presents its case? Well, Gerrie Nel said that this will give a great and huge and great opportunity to understand how the defense look at their case and how the state look at their case. The defense will bring the application and the state will have to respond. He said we will then at the end of those arguments have a very good idea of the defense's case, where they are, where they want to go, and the state's case, where they want to go. Even if this trial with an extra docket presented, that's very relevant to the question that you are asking me now, referring to Sakina, there is a docket presented that indicated a whole different set of facts. I still believe that the facts that the state decided to prove and the case that they presented is the case that is relevant, and I think it's a strong enough case. Gerrie Nel thinks it's a strong enough case.
Are you surprised?
No.
Okay.
But I have to emphasize that Gerrie Nel thinks it's a strong enough case. And he says, Tina, us who've been following the case, are agreeing with him.
Oh, that's their nature. They always believe they have spoken, then our mouth opens the same way they open their mouth. It's their nature.
Sakina then asked him, as AfriForum, you have been vocal about seeking justice for the Meyiwa family given what has been presented so far. Do you believe that justice is within reach for this family given how long it's taken to even get to this point where we are at right now? And Gerrie Nel said, yes, I'm going to answer the question, but I think we should set out a timeline. The murder happened in October 2014, and remember the family consulted with us in 2019 to say that nothing has happened, and I have to take it back. Remember that time the commissioner of police said that there will be arrests soon. Even the minister of police promised that there would be an arrest before Christmas. He's talking and referring back to that time when Bheki Cele and Commissioner Kehlas Tole were making promises on public platforms to the Meyiwa family that arrests were going to happen soon. But it never happened. And then he said we then got involved. And honestly, after AfriForum held that press conference with Senzo Meyiwa, everything started to move very fast, in my opinion. And the investigating team was changed, and that led to arrests in 2020. Trial started in 2020. So that, to answer your question, how is this the light at the end of the tunnel? He said, I do think in our consultation with the family, although they share my news as far as some more people should have been prosecuted. So those are his views now. Now he's admitting it later on in the interview that more people should have been prosecuted. Like I said, this interview, he was on and off. But yeah, he said, I do think that we are satisfied that we might have just justice soon, and it's been a long journey. It's very difficult to get closure. He said we started in 2022. We thought at long last it took us 6 years to get here. No, it took the Meyiwa family 6 years to get there. And then you came in at that 6 years and you, Yabo. He said it took us 7 years to get here, but we'll now get justice.
See, the problem is that certain organizations, it's not an issue if a person of color is arrested. It's not an issue. Anyone can be arrested to some of these cases. And that's, I'm not saying this organization, but there seem to be that kind of behavior that we cannot ignore, in my opinion, that does happen, where if people are looking for justice, any person of color can be arrested. It's okay. It's fine. Can close the case like that. Done. In my opinion. Allegedly.
It's sad.
So are we looking for justice, or we are just looking to
make arrest?
Make arrest. And that is where the problem started. I hear many people saying, we thank Afroforum for intervening, and then there was a speedily arrest. That's where the problem is. That is where the problem is. That speedily arrest is the reason why we are where we are at now today. And
now the DPP of South Gauteng is getting crucified.
You know, we will discuss obvious tomorrow this, but let me ask you something. On the basis of what we have watched on this case that the DPP was supposed to prosecute on, and apparently the people are saying that he wasted time. What was he supposed to prosecute on if some of the statements that are very crucial according to what we have seen came in 2023? What was he supposed to prosecute on?
And mind you, the time that this docket was sitting in his office, your Joyce Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo had not even been called yet. So it was the other investigating officers in their hundreds, because apparently there's been more than 200 investigators on this case.
Like, honestly speaking.
So who did that docket say needed to be arrested?
You know, that's a very interesting position.
And on what basis? And how strong was the evidence against that person? Because, yes, the arrest would have been made. Zamoguhle Mbatha, and remember, he was working over a cloud of Zamoguhle Mbatha as well, to say that if we just randomly arrest people without having
we'll arrest the whole country.
Sufficient proof, what is going to happen? Because now Zamoguhle Mbatha was arrested, right?
Number two, considering the statements that were changed by the people who were in the house.
Yes.
To actually create this environment of this case now that we are seeing in Pretoria. So all those things were not there. Yet this DPP of Gauteng was supposed to prosecute. Honestly speaking, and I said this yesterday, that you can hate a man if you want to hate a man. I've got no ties with the man, but look at the facts that are facing you. Start thinking logically in your own mind. If they say this person is the laziest person who does not want to prosecute, who's lazy, what did he have as a case 636 in his desk?
On his
considering
desk.
What we have seen, the additional statements and everything that we have seen
coming in
2023.
What did he have in that docket before it
so
was
all he was supposed to do is to pull an omotoso. Next thing is the
another omotoso,
released.
you see. And then we are now becoming a Mickey Mouse country now. Like, people just get in and get out. Just get in and get out. While people are saying they are guilty. But because the prosecution has been so poor, they walk.
And it will be poor if you don't have evidence. It will always be poor. That's why you will need the weight of the big fishes in the world, you know, to actually have a successful prosecution and a win. You know, that's my opinion. It will be very poor.
Yes.
In a normal state, you would not win the case.
And one thing I respect about General Mkhwanazi, being a police officer, he also emphasizes on having a strong case to court. You must imagine how it must hurt to have investigated a case and then the person walks because of lack of evidence or whatever default that happens in the court because of a poor prosecution. So he's passionate about bringing forth cases, and even how he presented these receipts that he presented in that conference told me that receipts are something that he goes with, and he also pays attention to detail. When he goes after a criminal, he wants to make sure that he's got all his T's and what crossed. I hope that other people, police that are working for the state or prosecutors realize the importance of this, because we cannot have people coming to court for years. Omotoso was 8 years on trial. And he went back to Nigeria scot-free.
And now people are busy crying behind. Hey, the judge.
They want to appeal. They want to.
We are at a stage where we don't know who fumbled, but they probably could. They also fumbled.
And apparently, allegedly, Bushiri's extradition as well is not going as too smoothly. It's not going smooth. Let me just say that. So we are about to see what's going to happen. Will he even ever be extradited back into the country? We don't know.
I doubt. In our lifetime, I doubt. Press the like button, guys, please. Let's press the like button. Let's reach that 200. Let's press the like button.
I'm done again.
Let's press that like button. And let's see what you guys have to say. If you guys want to call.
Do you guys think Gerrie Nel follows the case?
But I doubt, in my opinion, I doubt.
He's busy with other things because he was there in the Kwekwe situation. I saw him. I even spoke on it. But now I want to understand, does he follow details, evidence? Because it's sad to give the family false hope. That is sad. That is a effed up situation where you just give the family false hope. It would be sad. It would be sad. It's not something that I would enjoy to see. Rather, tell them the truth. Rather, follow the case. Explain to them in a manner that they will understand, instead of giving them false hope. That is not fair. That's honestly not fair. So for me, guys, I'm done. The lines are open. For those of you who are still awake, if you were lucky enough to be awake at this time, I will apologize once more for being this late. Yeah, a lot was going on in my day today. I couldn't work at a faster pace, but we made it.
We did. That's what matters. We're here. The phone is just acting up a minute. I don't know what is happening.
Is it off? Oh, I also had another news for you guys. Should I? Because they are quite brief. Should I share them?
Yeah.
About Spear?
Yeah, do.
Is it fine?
Yes.
They are quite brief. I'll keep my thing brief. They are quite brief. They're not hectic. But it's something that I feel we should know, right? I just got the news now. And it says here, coming from News 24, Shadrack Sibiya. Embattled top cop Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya has sent to the courts in an urgent bid to return to work. Remember, the National Commissioner gave him a suspension. Should we call it a suspension? Like sit at home while the investigation continues.
Yes, it's a suspension.
He went to court in an urgent bid to return to work, charging that his orders regarding the disbandment of the police's political task team and what happened to its docket came from National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola. Sibiya was implicated by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mkandla Mkhwanazi at a press conference in Durban earlier this month, where Mkhwanazi made explosive allegations around criminal criminals having captured the country's criminal justice system. A commission of inquiry has since been established to probe Mkhwanazi's claims, and Sibiya, as well as Police Minister Senzo Meyiwa, who was also implicated, have both been made to step aside in the interim. So on Friday, Sibiya launched an urgent application, that's yesterday, in the High Court in Pretoria. Pretoria is interesting, but it should be his jurisdiction because now he's in the national office, so maybe he stays there. That's why in Pretoria, in order to overturn what he says was a direction from Masemola to stay at home. So he's not calling it a suspension. He's calling it a direction from Masemola to stay at home pending an investigation. He also wants...
was directed to do so.
He also wants the order to interdict Masemola from instituting parallel proceedings and action. Remember how he did an interview speaking against the parallel
you are conflicted
investigation?
because you that's a conflict. I'm sorry about that. I mean, that's a conflict. You are appealing your suspension.
Yes.
Then you are also talking about the things that you are basically suspended for so that they can do investigation. So it's a parallel What is wrong? Who said if the committee, in fact, who said a committee that is elected nullifies the investigation that your employee must do?
I don't know.
Your employer must do. Who said because there's a committee that the parliament instituted, therefore everything must stop? Who said that?
Everything must stop. The people who brought up these allegations against you must now stop because there's a commission.
Why do you have this much belief on a commission but not much
more
belief
faith in the commission
on your line, on your people to investigate you and see if really there is something wrong with you?
And the president...
And there is nothing wrong with you being at home. You are at home, you are getting paid.
The president is saying that this commission might take up to a year. It shouldn't exceed more than a year. He's already estimating a year. Haibo kahleni, guys. Ngwaga kamuka. The whole year.
The reason why they said stay at home, it's to avoid interference. You are a powerful person.
Now I'm thinking an estimation of more 3 months or so.
Guys, the lines are open now. The phone was off. The lines are open. But I don't understand why is it painful. Why do you feel the pain of staying at home and getting paid? What is the rush? Why do you need to be quickly back? Why? If there's nothing at the office and nothing that you should be worried about, why are you in a hurry?
It's almost as if he wants access to his workplace again.
What is wrong with you? Why would you... If now I'm suspended and I know I didn't do anything at work and they say you're suspended with pay, there's nothing wrong with that. I chill. That's more leave for me. I ask them if I can go home and you're selling home. They will call me when they are done. Because there's nothing barely to hide. And that's free money. We all want free money, don't we?
We do. It's like a holiday that he doesn't want to participate in. He also wants the order to interdict Masemola from instituting parallel proceedings and action against him pending the conclusion of the commission. The National Commissioner is aware that the instructions regarding the political killings task team did not emanate from me, Sibiya said in the papers. He also said that the instructions regarding the task team were issued to the National Commissioner by the erstwhile Minister of Police. He in turn conveyed the instruction to me in January. So at the press conference, Mkhwanazi charged that the task team had been disbanded after a group of KwaZulu-Natal officers were sent to Gauteng to assist in an investigation into the April 2024 assassination of a Vaal engineer, Armand Swart, and linked the weapons used in that murder to a string of other high-profile crimes. So this was really awful how Armand Swart passed on, and it had 23 bullets that he was shot at the drive-by at work, at his workplace. And it turns out he was not even the whistleblower. That was the time. So they not only, it's a mess. They took this young man's life under falsehood as well, because he was not even the person that they were supposed to take out.
Let's hear the call, Emil. Zanzi, hello. Hi, how are you? Just hold on a bit. Hold on a bit. The phone was off, so yeah, now you are connected.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
Good, sir. How are you?
Right.
Hi, Tebogo.
Hi, Debucho.
Yeah, maybe. As well. Hey, I was disappointed, man. That's Gerrie Nel, man. I don't know. It's part of CapCut or the whole. I don't know. I'm so disappointed. It looks like, man, they're trying their narrative just to convince us, because they were quiet all along. It's part of the media just to this punk or whatever case may be, or the spam, whatever social media is doing, because indeed social media distracted them. It tells me they used to this type of situation all along, and they may be splitting as well friendship or worship which they had with the baloyi for some time. I don't know. That's my little 2 cents thing which I think of, but hey, I'm so disappointed. I thought maybe they are following the case as per whatever mandate of family, whatever, because this was here was normal. I think it's good for us for working industry, and it's very proven or industry lying the court.
No, we hear you. We hear you.
No, there's my little 2 cents contribution.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. It's definitely worth it. And it's important for you guys to voice
Zanzi,
out your
hello.
opinions.
Hi, Mikano.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. And thanks for being online at this time of the day. Thank you.
Pleasure.
No, that's all good. I've got a few comments.
Yes.
Gerrie Nel, and being the spokesperson for the family, I do get where the family is coming from. They want closure. They want to find out. They are desperate.
Yeah.
And Gerrie Nel is saying, I will find closure for you. So sort of they will go with him, because I mean they also want closure. I can also feel for them. But they're just probably just being misled. And Gerrie Nel, Misano, whether he goes to SAV or whatever and he expresses his opinion, to me he's just like me and you, an ordinary man in the streets. The fact that he is a former prosecutor who prosecuted Oscar Pistorius, it's neither here nor there. Because that case for Pistorius was an easy case. Straightforward.
Yeah.
The guy shot, he was inside, he got a gun, easy. This one, we are trying to put pieces together for an investigation that was not done properly, which is a little bit difficult. And we cannot force him to see our view. We also respect his view, but we just don't agree with his view. Yes, that's one. And then I'll go back to the inspection in logo. Probably it's something that I didn't raise. The inspection in logo. I think the law must be changed. That the inspection log must not take pictures. It must have video.
Yes.
It must have a video. Yeah. Because in this case, if this inspection logo was not broadcast, and then we were relying on the notes that those guys were talking after the inspection logo, mate, we have serious problems. Yeah, we have serious problems. Yeah. So I'm hoping the law was this the cameraman. You see, he doesn't even take gininda. But on the video, I said it's very easy. This thing. Baloyi went to subpoena John Bailey, about some video of long. They must subpoena SABC so that they get the video for the inspection in logo. That is a very perfect example of what happened. We can see what happened.
Yeah.
And even the sitting that was happening is there. So they must have that video. It has got audio, it has got picture, and everything is there. So Baloyi must subpoena the Griselda's video to come and be part of the evidence because it's clear.
He's died.
But what doesn't do? What it doesn't work for him, I know you won't look at it. And then I'll go back to John Bailey.
Yeah.
2 seconds of going back to John Bailey, I realized that there was no way that guy was going to come to that court. Just go on YouTube, Nissan, and type John Bailey. You appear. He has got a very strong opinion on the case already. That's why that guy never came to that court. Yes. He has a very strong opinion. You know, he was narrating when these guys were presenting evidence that the staff, the water compensation is going to come and tell us that these accused are linked. They spoke to Miss Pinky Feelingham came, and then we realized there was no call. So when he was talking, it was before. When that guy was talking, it was before it happened. And then after it had happened, now we got full details now. So we can also assess our opinion that you're talking nonsense. But just shut up. So there was no way. That's why that guy was not going to come. Because if that guy did not have an opinion before, he was going to come. But because of that opinion of his, he was not going to. Munisi was going to have a field day with that guy. Like really a field day where he was going to just tear him down. Yeah. So just go on YouTube. Just go. Because that guy, and now I understand. Remember on the AFDAF, he said he was working in China. He was the ENCN, whatever. What is it? ENCN. That's the news channel.
Yes.
Yeah. He was the Asian correspondent. Yeah. He was the Asian correspondent. So you remember when that aeroplane MH370 disappeared? He was the Asian. He was in Malaysia and in this Chinese region. So it's the same guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you must there's checklist there. I said, so if this guy was in China, how can he come and start telling us about the video that happened in 2014 when he was in China? He cannot come and contest that. He was not there.
So he protected himself.
Yeah, not to protect himself as well. He may have got an opinion. You must go and check. There's a little clip where he's talking about Senzo Meyiwa, talking to, I think, in Kunu, that the reporter. No, the reporter. I don't know. What is the name of that? The reporter. The reporter. Mangoba, yes. Mangoba, yes. He's talking to Mkunu. Yes. No. Oh, good. So, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. I will give other callers an opportunity to go. Thanks for covering it.
I will definitely check out this clip.
Thank you.
What?
Bye.
Thank you.
Let's press the like button, guys. As we call, the number is 071-153 7006. For those who were asking, for both WhatsApp and direct calls, that's the number for you if you are still interested in calling. So he was already opinionated, tainted, very tainted.
Not tainted. I don't think tainted is the right word. What do you mean tainted?
Meaning you have already touched the tari that you shouldn't be touching for you to come and testify. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello, how are you? Yeah.
Are you
thinking?
Mina ngikhala ngalo bhuti wakami. Hayi mina ngikhala ngalo bhuti wakami. Lo bhuti wakami unenkinga no Senzo Meyiwa. Mawukuthi nimlalele kahle ngilalelile le podcast for 2 hours. Uthi uSenzo wayelala emkhukhwini kubo kaTumelo no Kelly Khumalo. Uyamthanda umuntu wakini mawusho njalo phakathi kwabantu. Uthi lo bhuti uSenzo kusho ukufa kwakhe khona nje into engiphikile ayishilo athi ukufa kwaSenzo futhi nje ngendlela ebeyibeka ngayo ukufa kwaSenzo bekuyinhloso kaNkuluNkulu ngoba khona into ebengazenzi futhi bekumela manje uSenzo beqala ukuba right empilweni bekumela enza abantu bakuba be right nabo mawukuthi nje nilalele kahle leya podcast uyabhuti unenkinga
silalelile mfowethu ukuthi kuphela sikazoyidiscussa la ukuthi sokuyekela wena ukhulume besithi uhlelo layo lukusasa lapha ku membership side
but
khuluma wena bodla nje sona silalelile yona
listening
hayi lokuthi mina ingithusile indaba yakhe sayibona ngumuntu futhi nama family vele nje futhi belo engazwani kwasekuqaleni ama family uyafika yena uyalevel usetshela umphakathi ukuthi ama family abengazwani kodwa manje usesayidini la kaMeyiwa usesayidini kanjani la kaMeyiwa uye kumsebenzi lo muntu esebenza ngamasipala waye kumsebenzi uyithathe imali yokuvula ibusiness njengoba sesisene business nje manje eGauteng usehlala eGauteng phela manje
yeah
usemuvila akasahlala eThekwini i-podcast leyana mawilalela kahle lo muntu useGauteng usehlala khona naye kodwa uthulandela icase yakubo kaMeyiwa eseGauteng uthi unedlozi ugobelo yifake lo muntu
hayi kuzwa kanti mfethu ngiyajisile lo mfana
hayi sonke siyababaza sonke sithi how we are all shocked usithusi
ngeke ngena abanye
cha mfethu siyabonga kakhulu sithe ukuthi uzobe ukhona kusasa lapho kwe membership bazobe sidiscuss le ndaba ngoba ilapho sizobe sikhuluma khona non script sobe sikhuluma nje stated
all right
okay but injalo ndaba always alleged the views are that of the caller not obviously of we are not sharing the same views all is alleged yeah
we are shooketh.
Join us guys those who have membership we were speaking now you see the person is setting the tone.
I couldn't finish it today. I was like, what?
That's the tone. You are setting the tone.
I need to process. What is I can't believe that this is the same person who did that other interview 5 years ago. Like it's like two different people. What's going on? What's going on? But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna unpack it and just watch it step by step and just some of the stuff I couldn't hear properly, so Mr. Anonymous will be explaining to me because I'm not fluent in Zulu and stuff. But hey
Batindumba.
Family.
Right, let's press the like button, guys, please. Yes, hello, Makanjera, Emmanuel, good morning, Ano and Emily, all the way from Zimbabwe. Chuku Anna, please explain. We will, Chuku Anna, explain, but on the membership side, because, hey, Zinto Zaband. Sizwe was here. Guys, the lines are still open. I'm just marking the register. Sizwe 18 was here. Mani Emil, the guy is staying next to Gininda in Johannesburg, allegedly. Tembelani Kanye, I share the same sentiment as the caller. Mayane Ndangane ni. Ati the guy must unpack where did he get the money from. Mamfunega, I was furious, shaking, couldn't even type properly to comment. Right. Yeah.
Yes, this case has shown me that umuntu ngeke umconfirm.
No, umuntu ngeke umconfirm. And the problem in South Africa, imali imbande yesona bafethu sikhulumeni iqiniso and yeah, angifuni ukunitshela ukuthi ngizobe ngithini kusasa, but sizoxoxa, we will talk. Teboho, thank you. Siyakubonga ukuthi you were here. Press the like button, Lola. Thank you were here. Mamfuneka, Nzigi Cassandra Kamguni. So we see now Exasa as a member. Chuku Anna, thank you were here. Hlaki Mutaudi, our member also. Later. It's today, actually. Today, it's a Saturday. Today, yes. Sibonela Mamulao. We are also inviting you as a member. We see you. Vusi Mabena. Stoch. I did the best podcast. Siyabonga. Ukusipha lezo ziqulezo. Press the like button. Tamsanga Dube. Thank you very much. Outclass Tours. Thank you. Siyabonga. Leti Mshengu, sorry. Leti Mshengu. Adi good morning. Thank you, Leti Mshengu. G Mudley. Adi good morning. G Mudley. Good morning there. G Mudley. Bulumko. To be at Mr. Anonymous, did you listen to Elton Hart interview? His analysis about this case are on point. Not this Nel who's lying. Remember, he is a former state prosecutor. Allegedly lying. Yeah, we remember that he's a former state prosecutor. I guess Bonella, pretty lady. Hi everyone. Hi pretty lady.
Hi pretty lady.
Bruno's ex. Good morning family. Good morning Bruno's. Bongseni Masilela at San Bonanis. Sawubona Sibongiseni. Undanzile at good morning. Good evening family. Good morning. Good morning this side Ndanzi. Siyakubulisa. Sibone la banlo ubongi lakhe at good morning Mzansi family. Something is telling me that Gerrie Nel last heard about the case when he was told that they arrested 5 accused and they got the right people on the dock. Oh well, bongi lakhe I hear, I respect that view. Tebo ho komane, obviously it is the DNA because the bullet is still gonna be debunked by the expert. But before debunking, we're talking about right now section 174. So we haven't got into debunking side. Yes. Hi, Mr. Anonymous. Please do not read text on air. I would like to. Okay, right. I won't read. I'm done reading. Yeah, we will talk. On the side. Komojo Masha, our member, I was not surprised by Nel's comment that are just for the states, despite the whole legal mess. He referred to Baloyi and the court as his colleagues, and they did the best they could do. Indeed, that is the feeling that we are getting. I guess Umayana Ndanganani at exactly why calling him not the family of Senzo Meyiwa. This is Gerrie Nel. Why not call the Senzo Meyiwa family? Those are good questions that you guys are asking. Yes. Mr. Anonymous, I'm traumatized by that podcast. Oh Lord. Yeah. We are all. And we all feeling somehow. It does happen. Siba at morning family. Siba morning Siba siyakubingelela. Zanende nazo morning Mzansi fam. Zenande nazo morning Zenande. Kunjalo nje Busani Sibande. Hey my people, how are you doing? Yes, Sibande, our member, we hope we will see you there today later. Updates for you. Siyabonga pissed me off. Hey, falake 50-50 njalo guys, likes and views. Kunjalo nje bafethu, just press the like button. Let's reach that 200 while we wait for the morning gang to do what they do as they clean their houses and enjoy the holiday, the weekend. If it's almost said a holiday, yay. Komu wise, hey guys, it's Mpumelelo. I missed you guys. Hi, we missed you too. We love you. Sibon ukuthi obana baseleyo awu bakithi ngasali ngephutha bancane abantu namhlanje. Seb Nzonzi all the way from France. Thank you for being here. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ube khona la bafethu ngicabanga ukuthi Emeli, unless you want to tell me that I missed someone that is supposed to be mentioned, which is my duty, I think we are done.
Yeah, we have to rest.
Mike.
Because we are entering that Siyabonga podcast.
Yeah, we need to prepare for it and we need to be rested. I need the whole energy that I can get to deal. Tabo Maulusi, Mr. Announced. Yes. Right, so sizobonana nje ngidala Nanjelo, for those who are members and those who are still gonna join. Nanjelo, you missed me. I didn't miss you, Nanjelo. I'm here. Hi, Mr. Ano, how many witnesses do you think the defense might call? It's a few witnesses, man. It's gonna be few. Just it
won't be 105 witnesses. I doubt.
It's a lot. It's gonna
maybe
be 30. Less than that.
Or maybe 20.
Less than that.
I don't see 130 witnesses.
Less than 20, less than 30. Yeah, less than that. Yeah, maybe even less than 15. Because all you need is people who are going to debunk and say, I didn't write that statement. You don't need to take it any further than that. If you can get 2 or 3 people to come and say that, the case is closed. You don't even need to argue any further. Because then what's the purpose of the case if the people that are said to have written the statements did not write them and they are crucial in this case? Laura, thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. Press the like button. Nkulunkulu akubusise kwandela uthathe khona. Siyabonga. Utrinko omkhulu kangaka sesiphuma nje. Thank you guys.